It was in the fall of our second year. I think what I wanted to embody for our program is just like, what does the Cowgirl Way mean? And I didn't really have the answer. It's taken us time. And I don't know that anybody truly had an answer. But I wrote that there because it was something that I wanted to do, quote unquote, to do. And so I wrote that note, put it on my credenza in our second year. You know, when I think about our fans here, and I think about our alumni here, and I think about the supporters and people that put their butts in seats here, they're invested. They're emotionally invested. They're invested with their time. It's just a unique place, and everybody here has passion towards OSU.
Kenny's first year was special. But it was really funny. It was kind of up and down at the beginning and then just continued to go up. There was no more downs. I think that the team he came into was dead. Like, we needed life. We needed to love the game again as a group. And he brought that energy, and his staff brought that energy, and helped everyone kind of fall in love with the game again. I think you can see when you watch his teams play that that's never changed since Team 1. Now in Team 8, we don't even necessarily say that anymore, but they play with energy and passion and love for the game. And it's crazy to think that right before he was here, that wasn't something that Oklahoma State was known for.
The program was lost. They were hungry. They were not trusting. They were looking for direction. They were looking for direction. They were looking for people to trust. They were looking for people that cared. They were sponges. Like, they're all over the place, I guess, kind of just how I am right now. They did anything and everything that the coaching staff asked of them, and they just put their heads down and they worked.
I'm a person who needs a reminder on certain things. When it's important enough, I'll write it down. If it's not that important, I probably just hold it off to the side, and when I can get to it, I can get to it. But I knew this was not going to be a 30-day process. I knew that this was going to take some time. Honestly, I had no idea it would take us to year 8. I had no idea of that. We've had multiple times where we started working on it and started to gather information, but I wasn't getting stuff back that I felt like really embodied what all these people have told me and shown me.
What's weird is we've been living the Cowgirl Way for 7 seasons, but I couldn't put it into words. And Coach G was kind of the same way. It was hard to define, but it's how we've always been here. And so it's crazy that it's been something we've lived by for so long and not defined. So I'm really glad that we have. And I think that it's something that all alumni, not just Coach Gajewski teams, are gonna grab onto and live by, because it's Stillwater too. You know, I think that's what's really cool is Coach G didn't just come here and make this his. He made it ours, our communities, what Oklahoma State lives by. And so Oklahoma State sports teams have to be relentless. We know that just as fans of every sport here. I mean, you have those ups and downs. There's a passion around Stillwater, and obviously you have to have excellence within a program to exceed and reach your goals. So I think it's defined perfectly. It kind of gives me the chills when I think about how long we've been living the Cowgirl Way, but now it's catching fire.
I am Cheyenne Factor. I mean, he said it for a long time. Like, we'll do stuff and talk about stuff, and he's like, that's the Cowgirl way. You know, just little stuff here and there, and then finally this year with the program and the help of, like, kind of just everybody that's involved with this program, not just the immediate team and staff, like everybody else that's behind the scenes that no one really knows about or gets to see and stuff. They figured it out and what it is, and I think it is a true testament to what we are, and it's the rep. I'm sure he talked about that, and that's what we're going with, and what we stand by, and I think it's good.
My name is Kelly Maxwell. I am a senior from Houston, Texas. I think it's been a long time coming. You know, it's not easy to develop something like that within just a year, so I'm glad that he took the time to really develop and sit down and focus on what that truly means. And I think we had a conversation back when we were in Broken Bow about, you know, setting those standards and the Cowgirl way and what that means to each and every one of us. And we all had different ideas, but like at the end of the day, we came down with like, you come in here as a young girl, but you leave out of here as a woman. And I think having the Cowgirl way of being relentless, excellent, and passion all ties into the Cowgirl way and how we live our lives outside of softball as well.
My name is Omri Rachmut, spelled O-M-R-I-R-A-C-H-M-U-T. The program is a team building and leadership development company. We have one very specific, well-defined mission. That is to develop great teammates and leaders to create world-class teams. That means physical adversity is going to allow us to expose student athletes, as well as coaching staffs, to certain elements that we can then hone in on throughout a season-long engagement as it pertains to developing great teammates and leaders, non-related to their talent abilities when it comes to their sports, but their ability to communicate within the team, their ability to organize within a certain framework that supports the overall culture of an organization.
At the beginning of this year, we brought in the program. It's a military-based program that comes in and puts your team through a series of tests, series of exercises that are not designed for success. They're designed for failure. And they're designed to show you exactly what people look like in times of distress. So I can coach that and know when there's a good look or a bad look, ooh, I need to act on that.